Hey everyone, we got some great news for QuantumScape stock investors as the company signed an expanded partnership with VW. I'll go through the details of this partnership and what it could mean for QuantumScape stock investors. Let's take a look.
I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.
All right, so on Thursday, Volkswagen Group and Volkswagen Group's battery company PowerCo and QuantumScape have agreed to industrialize QuantumScape's next-generation solid-state lithium metal battery technology. So QuantumScape is a pre-revenue company. They haven't made any sales yet. They're investing and researching the solid-state battery, which provides huge upgrades for what's currently available for electric vehicles. It's going to be faster charging, longer lasting, more durable, and that's going to create more demand from consumers for electric vehicles. So companies like Volkswagen are interested in this technology for their own use case. So QuantumScape will grant PowerCo the license to mass produce the battery cells based on its technology platform upon satisfactory technical progress and certain royalty payments. Under their non-exclusive license, PowerCo can manufacture up to 40 gigawatt hours per year with an option to expand to 80 gigawatt hours. So let me break this down on what it could mean for QuantumScape stock investors. First, the deal to license the technology and receive royalty payments in return is a lower risk strategy for QuantumScape to expand its technology, to increase the use of its technology. Instead of agreeing to license this technology, QuantumScape could have manufactured the batteries themselves and then sold the batteries to Volkswagen and other companies. But that would have been more risky because it would have required more capital, hundreds of millions, if not perhaps billions of dollars, to create the manufacturing capacity to build these batteries and then sell them. So that was a lot riskier, especially for QuantumScape, which, I mean, it's not running out of cash. It still has a strong balance sheet, but that balance sheet would dwindle very quickly if it were to take this route, and then there would be difficulties. It wouldn't be robust enough to withstand the difficulties in expanding. So going the licensing route is a capital light move. I prefer these decisions. You want to focus on areas where you have competitive advantage, and that's in the research and development of the technology. And QuantumScape doesn't have really any competitive advantage in manufacturing because it's hasn't done that, right? That's not what its focus has been on. Its focus has been on developing this solid state battery technology, proving it works, iterating its process, making it scalable, all of which is where its expertise lies. And so it outsources now this to a company like VW, which does have skill in manufacturing, which does have economies in scale, who does have large capital base and billions of dollars in capital and access to more capital at a lower price, at a lower cost than QuantumScape. So I like the decision to outsource, number one. Number two, the other good thing about this deal is that it's non-exclusive. It's non-exclusive, meaning QuantumScape can license this technology to other car companies as well as VW, right? If another manufacturer, like for instance, let's say Ford or Tesla or another auto company wants to use its technology, QuantumScape can license it to other car companies as well, because this deal is non-exclusive. It doesn't mean that Volkswagen is the only company that QuantumScape can sell it to. So understandably, on the back of this news, QuantumScape stock price is up 29%. That's a big increase for QuantumScape stock. As I've mentioned before, with companies on these scale, on the smaller size, and with little proof of concept for their products, deals like this have an outsized effect on their stock price because it makes the next step in understanding that the company's product is viable, is eventually going to get to market. It's not sure yet, but this is just another milestone, another step forward. Obviously, VW saw something with the current tests of QuantumScape's batteries and the technology to go ahead and take this next step forward, right? They've already been in relation for some time now, and this is the next step in their relationship together. So great news for QuantumScape and QuantumScape stock investors. This company is now trading at a market cap of $3.489 billion. That's still down from the highs of over $15 billion the stock was trading at in late 2021. But these were valuations, and I've argued this before with many of these EV type companies. These companies should have never been these values. They should have never reached these valuations. But remember, in 2021, there was an absolute frenzy for electric vehicle stocks. Companies were just posting a PowerPoint of some pictures of electric vehicles that they were planning to make, and they were gaining hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars from investors just based off of these PowerPoints or something similarly not robust enough to warrant that kind of investment. But they were gaining because investors were eager to invest in these EV companies. And so valuations reached these astronomical levels that they never should have. And in 2021, I was still writing articles. I wasn't making videos just yet, but I wrote several articles, dozens of articles, warning investors that these EV companies are way overpriced to not touch them at those valuations. Now at these lower valuations, these EV companies make more sense. The risk versus reward is more in line. I'm still cautious of the whole industry because of how risky and how uncertain it is, and how consumers have not liked the EVs very much, right? Still less than 9 out of 10 EVs are, less than 9 out of 100 car purchases are electric vehicles in the US. So roughly 8 out of 100 are electric vehicles. So people are choosing overwhelmingly internal combustion engine vehicles instead of EVs. But with this technology, with QuantumScape, that could make the big leap forward, because one of the reasons why people dislike electric vehicles is because of the huge inconvenience in charging. You can fill up gas in your car in less than 2-3 minutes for a full tank that can last you over 500 miles. Whereas with electric vehicles, you could be charging upwards of 30-45 minutes depending on which charger you're using, and so that makes it very inconvenient for the vast majority of the public. For some people who have the charging connection at home, they can charge overnight and it makes sense, and that's why it's 8 out of 100. For those relatively few people, it makes sense, but for the majority of the public, they need this type of technology from QuantumScape, which makes it faster to charge, longer lasting, and more durable, and that would make it more exciting and more enticing for the next group of consumers to buy electric vehicles. Nevertheless, this is great news for QuantumScape and QuantumScape stock investors. Did you know that over 90% of the people that watch my channel are not subscribed? It'll really help support my channel if you hit that subscribe button. And oh, by the way, one of the benefits of being subscribed is that I take requests from subscribers more often than I do from non-subscribers. So if you prefer that benefit, please subscribe to the channel.